Good morning. From yet again another damp day down on the allotment. I've just come through the gates and I saw a very welcoming sight. Let's have a look. Now look at that. Now that is a serious pile of fresh horse manure. So I'll be putting some of that on my bottom plot where I've had the dahlias and things like that, because that's the plot that I've not added too many soil conditioners or nutrients to, and it's quite damp, so I'm going to put quite a bit of that on there, and I'm going to get that on and let it sit on top right over the winter period. But yeah, that's some pile, isn't it? I would say that's probably around 25 metres long is that pile. Right, let's head back off, get down to the plot. I'll have a cuppa before we start. So as I said, the main reason I've come down is to get the leeks out. The weather's terrible. We've got forecast for rain. It's drizzling a little bit now. So what I want to do is get these leeks out. There's quite a lot of rust on them, and what I don't want to do is lose them. So I'm going to get all of them out, get them cleaned off and take them home, and the wife will freeze them, and then what that does is it clears this bed for me to prep for the winter. I'll give you a closer look at them. So there we go. They're not bad leeks. They're okay, they're decent sizes, but as you can see in there, we're starting to get quite a bit of rust, and we've had a hell of a lot of wet weather, so I'm erring on the side of caution, and we're going to get those out. So let me go find my spade, because my daughter still hasn't brought my fork back. Right, let's have a look at this one. There we go. It's not a bad leak in that. Once we get down, quite a decent bulb on there. Get it cleaned off. Quite pleased with those. Can't remember the variety. I'll have to look back on my notes and let you know. Right, let's get the others out. So there we go, that's that bed done. Only sort of lost, well, I say lost, one's bolted, as you can see there, but I might just take the bulb and freeze that. That one's just totally rotten, it's sogged off right at the top, there's no stem to that whatsoever. The same goes with that. So that bed's now clear. I'm just going to clean them off now and see what we've got. So just normally get rid of all this, the leaves, all chopped down for the compost heap. Just pull back some of these dirty leaves, and then I just swill it in a bucket of water. There we go, that's quite a decent leak. Quite a decent girth on that as well. I tend to try and do this down at the allotment, because if I take the produce home as it is and then do it there, I've only got to bring it back down to go on the compost heap. So I always like to try and do it down here if it's not too cold. So there we go, that's them out, and as you can see there, some decent leeks, you know, even right in the centre there, the smallest ones are all going to get used up. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Still need a bit of a clean off, but wife can do that bit. Right, I'm nearly done here now, but before I go, let's just nip down to the bottom. So we are on the bottom part of the plot, just at the side of the potting shed, and I've got this apple tree, and I'll be totally honest with you, I think I've made the decision to take this tree down. And also, you see the apple tree just there, that as well, the fruit is just it's rotten before it even, you know, forms. Even at the top of certainly the big one over there, the fruit are eaten and the rot off actually on the tree. Now I'll show you a bit closer. As you can see there, that's one of the stems off the trunk, and it's well and truly rotten. A bit further down here you can see all the disease in the middle of the tree. So I don't think that there's any saving that. And this one over here is pretty much the same. Now what the problem with this one was, that plot there used to be what they call the burning plot, and everybody took the rubbish there, the weeds there, anything that they didn't want that was burnable and that they didn't want, and they used to burn it there, and that used to scorch this tree. But if you look right up at the top there, you know, the fruit on there is just totally rotten. So unfortunately I've made the decision, they've got to go. So yeah, I've made the decision, they're going to come down. Now it's not all doom and gloom. I've got the two dwarf fruit trees that were in the planters at the front, so I'm going to plant those in place of them. Not in those positions, but certainly on that side of the plot. So all's not lost, and the timber that I get from there will join the log store. As you might notice, a lot of hard work's gone on through the week. All those logs have been chopped and all been piled into here. Bit of a mud bath down here, but once I get the leaf mould onto the plots at the top, I'm going to be getting the wood chip delivered. But I like to get all the dirty jobs out of the way first, so that when I put that down, it's just like a finishing touch. You know, I don't know what it is about spreading wood chip, but it gives me a great deal of satisfaction. Anyway guys, that's it from me. I think we've just managed to get this video in without getting too wet. I'm going to get myself off. I'm going to watch Leeds United play Huddersfield Town, kick off 12:30, and then I'm going to follow on and watch Arsenal's game as well. So it's home and a day of relaxing for me after a hard week. Thank you for all those that have watched, all those that certainly have subscribed, the new subscribers that I've had in the last week or so. It really is appreciated. I'll be back with you at some point next week. Until then, enjoy the weekend, have a great week next week, and happy growing.